Buy advertisements, plan events, pitch reporters, design creatives, approve promotions, throw around terms like brand, earn media, share of voice. That was the marketing job. That's always been the job, but that's over. In this book, the author is going to take you to a new cycle, a much more fluid and iterative process. A growth hacker doesn't see marketing as something one does, but rather as something one builds into the product itself. The product is then kick-started, shared and optimized on its own way to massive and rapid growth. And this is actually what the whole book is about. What's growth hacking really? The end goal of every growth hacker is to build a self-perpetuating marketing machine that reaches millions by itself. The same concept is told 10 years earlier in the book Purple Cow, because growth hacking is really the same as being remarkable. And that's the main topic of that book. If your product is remarkable, people get to notice it, and this is really the same as growth hacking, because a purple cow is so outstanding that it is a self-perpetuating marketing machine. So rule number 1 is create a self-perpetuating marketing machine. You know what the single worst marketing decision you can make is? Starting with a product nobody wants and nobody needs. Imagine a guy that creates super duper shoes with a layer underneath where you can put stuff in. Stuff like your phone, like your wallet, like your keys, etc. Absolutely, this is a handy idea for people that are going to walk or jog or doing some exercise where they don't want to wear a shorts that have pockets. But it needs to be way too big and very robust because you otherwise damage your stuff in your shoe. So it's a great idea, but nobody wants to have it, because it will be ugly and we give much more worth of having a beautiful shoe versus having a handy shoe. And of course this is a silly idea and nobody would think it would ever get attention. But you will be amazed what people are creating. Stupid shit gets attention of the market just because it's marketed right. But you don't really need it. For example, take a stress ball. A stress ball reduces your stress, and a lot of people buy this or get this from their company. And there are scientific results that it can reduce stress, but I don't really buy it. Stress is there just because you are worried about something that is a problem for you. You can solve that. Change your perception. How bad is it really? Where are you grateful for? What's the worst case scenario and will it be better than that? Read a book about it, man. Fuck, man, there are so many ways. One way not to do it is buy and squeeze a fucking stress ball. So rule number 2 is make something people want. But how do you do that? How do you create what people want? I know this is hard, I really do, because creating what people want and looking in people's minds or transitioning yourself into the shoes of someone other or your customers or your subscribers, depending on what you create, is difficult. You need to question yourself just one thing, because it's all about this. What is the one thing that makes this product unique and interesting? Let me repeat this because it's important. What is the one thing that makes this product unique and interesting? You need to go all in on this. First, you discover this for yourself. So, looking to our channel, we try to make people happy, successful and wealthy. This is our purpose. This is where we are interesting, because other channels are focusing just on being funny or giving value through book insight or focusing on love, health, wealth and happiness. But this is because it's catchy. And of course what we do is partly the same, but we are focusing just on being happy, becoming successful and becoming wealthy. How do you become that? We say instead that it will be different reasons than what people thought, and it's all about the intrinsic value you get out of it. And it will be unique because we will produce only the truth and nothing else but the truth, because we want to be happy, successful and rich, but there is no reason that we aren't able to teach you the way to the millionaire along our own journey. And yeah, we want to become wealthy or rich, and that is selfish, but we know that you want to be rich too, because it's fucking great. And you know what the most beautiful part of it really is? because we are striving, because we are teaching, because we are learning and becoming better and better, we get fulfillment along the way. So it doesn't matter if we have 1 million subscribers or that you are watching us or believing us, it doesn't matter. What we want to do is give you our journey, give you our way to become a millionaire. And you can say for yourself, nah, that's not what I'm going to do, and I don't believe you, or you're just making a channel for your own purpose. That's all up to you. But we simply don't give a shit about that. We simply want to teach everybody around the world how to become happy, successful and rich. It won't get any simpler, it won't get any easier, so that's why we are unique and interesting, because we keep it straight and we keep it simple. So rule number 3 is focus on unique and interesting products. And I know this was a little bit over the top, but we are trying to get your ass into action, right? It's not that we firmly say that this is the only truth or the only way, because it's not. Because everything is a perception and not the truth, Marcus Aurelius said. That's the reason we ask you about commenting on the video. What do you think can be better? What do you like? What don't you like? Because if you don't like that we are giving our motivation to you, well, then we only will be informational. Let your audience decide how the product will be designed. And that brings us to our new rule. Part of this new approach in marketing is having the humility to accept that marketeers are not necessarily the most critical members of the team. It's true. Sometimes the best thing marketeers can do is to not let people get distracted by the marketing for a minute. Sometimes the outward-facing part of the job is accepted as the least important part. People who are thinking about things other than making the best product never make the best product. So to not get distracted and to not get a tunnel vision of your own unique and interesting method, you need to have the humility to go to the person who judges your product. This is your audience or are your customers. They will give you feedback, and that, my friend, is the most important thing of all. And then the person who makes it to product market fit first wins. So rule number 4 is open up to feedback. To summarize, create a self-perpetuating marketing machine. Make something people want, focus on unique and interesting products, and open up to feedback. Thank you for watching. And as always, get your ass into action.